Is Bali ruined? It might not be as bad as you think. Or it could be. Has Bali changed? And I'm gonna give you the exact overview of what has changed in the last 7 years since I last came here. Has Bali changed and is it worth coming? I have seen so much change with Bali since being here and since when I last came. I'm gonna give you a full breakdown of what's changed, why it's changed, how it's changed, and all the depths in between. And if you want certain parts of Bali, where to go for it. And if you don't know me already, I'm Annie. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know today about Bali. But of course, if you enjoy this video, give it a like. Is Bali ruined? Look, I'm gonna be completely honest and say Bali, is it ruined? I would say in the commercial areas, it can be seen as ruined. Me personally, I do think it is a lot busier and more convenient than Dubai with where I live. You can get things a lot quicker than Dubai. I never thought I'd see the day. And to be honest, everything is accessible and it's on your doorstep. Exactly what Dubai is. However, the contrast of it is that you are in more of one different climate, first of all, but also there is a little bit more nature. When I came here 7 years ago, that wasn't even a thing, right? That was, yeah, okay, you might hear someone that might work online, but you'd be like, well, that's different. Like, why do you work online? What do you do? Whereas now every Tom, Dick and Harry works online. There are cafes specifically. I went to one today that was 3 stories high. The top floor was a gym. People would go to the gym and they would literally work their way down this cafe and they would go to level 2 where it's the aircon, the quiet area, the quiet zone where no one can talk, and it is inside basically. That is a zone where if you have ADHD, that is the zone for you. However, if you find that co-working spaces you work well in the more normal area, you can go there as well. It's very common in places like Canggu, Seminyak, even potentially Ubud. I can't say right yet because I haven't been right now. The construction is everywhere. Every few minutes walking on the street, I have to cross the road because there's construction going on where I can't actually walk on the path anymore. Is this everywhere? No, but it is in the touristy Western areas. If you are wanting to come to Bali for deep healing, so is everyone else. Let me tell you, every single temple, cleansing place, everyone is there. You cannot get a space to breathe. It is all for the gram. But on the flip side of that, if you are wanting to genuinely come here for healing and you don't mind secluding yourself, going somewhere more remote, you can do that in other locations, which I will mention at the end. Who actually comes to Bali? So you've got the ones that really want to deep heal. Next question is, what are the types of people that live in Bali and who lives here in general? So a smaller percentage of people that actually genuinely live here all year long. And the people that do live here, you either have the ones, a lot of the time, that are coaches, online digital nomads, you've got business owners. One thing I've noticed since I came here like 6-7 years ago is there is a lot more business entrepreneur, CEO, founder types here now than before. I have noticed there is more people, a lot more social, but as a byproduct of that, it's becoming a lot more commercialized. Do I think Bali is ruined? Personally, for me, I do think it is, just because I know what it was like 6-7 years ago. When to come to Bali? I would say the time to come to Bali is any time. But if you find that you only have a certain amount of time, I would definitely come during dry season because you're not gonna have as much rain. So I'm gonna list the pros and cons of Bali so you can make your decision. Pros, you've got numerous gym access via Class Pass, which you can literally get for like $1. Access to all the gyms you could want. You have more nature than other Western areas. Next pro is so easy to be able to get bikes here. And another pro, the food is a lot cheaper than other areas to go to in the world. Cons is a lot more commercialized. You'll be lucky to get a seat somewhere on the beach in sunset. Doesn't even matter what beach you're on, unless you're fully remote and you know any secret places. I will actually kind of want to protect those places, so I'm not going to name them as much here. But that is one con. You will be faced with fighting in a queue to get to places. Number 2, it's not what it used to be. It's a lot more commercialized now. Next con is the rental prices are increasing hugely. In the nicest, and like to sum it up, an Airbnb, you can pretty much match certain prices I used to get outside of London, and also in Dubai is a little bit more expensive for a 1 bed versus a room here would be the same price. Yes, you can get cheaper places elsewhere. It's about knowing, it's about who you know and where you know to go versus just go on Airbnb. But in the grand scheme of things, the cons is that the rental prices are going up a lot more. And the last con, people often forget that Balinese people, the locals, they actually really are genuinely sad about how their home is being treated and how it's changing. I have not met a local yet that isn't sad about that process. As much as there are so many pros, we also have to be very mindful and sensitive to the ones that have lived here their whole lives and they've seen it change to the point where they don't even recognize where they used to live. For that reason exactly, I'm gonna finalize this whole video and say Bali has changed a lot, and I'm with the locals on this. I actually do believe it is really sad to see the changes that have happened and to see the changes that have happened and actually see, has it ruined Bali? Have we overstepped the mark? Has the government accepted too many like construction work or projects or contracts to bring in more income versus the beauty of Bali? I do. Would I come here again? Probably not. That's my overview opinion. I'm more than open for opinions and comments in the comments below. I may regret saying that later on, but in general, it is a very subjective topic and everyone is entitled to their opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you on the next one.